The next point for this unit is collision oriented and collision based protocols. Collision oriented and collision based protocol is nothing but what? A collision oriented is nothing but when two frames are collide with each other while sending any of the frame, while sending any of the data has been collide with each other. That is what collision has been happened. And how it has been happened depending on some of the protocols. Which are those protocols? In multiple access technique, in multiple access protocols, this multiple access protocols has been divided into three types. You are seeing in the diagram over here. One is random access protocol, controlled access protocols, and channelization protocols. This random access protocols we are going to study at this stage. Controlled access protocols we are going to study in the next unit, that is of IEEE wireless standards. Channelization protocols we have already studied in the previous year, in the third year, that is in mobile communication. FDMA, frequency division multiple access, time division multiple access, and code division multiple access. Channelization is nothing but the particular channel has been assigned to the particular protocol, particular technique. What is the difference between FDMA and TDMA? It has been allocated frequency band. The frequency has been divided and the bandwidth has been divided. In time division multiple access, the particular time slots has been allocated to the particular user. Particular time slot has been allocated to the particular user. To improve the efficiency, to give the more and more number of users with the particular services, they are moving to the code division multiple access. What is code division multiple access? The code division multiple access is nothing but the specific code has been allocated to the individual user. Specific code is nothing but what? You are calling multiple times. You are calling multiple times. For a one day, you are called 50 number of times. For an individual call, the code has been goes on changing. The same code has been not assigned to the particular user. It is goes on changing. That is what the code division multiple access. At this stage, we are going to study random access protocols. Random access protocols has been divided into some of the devices, that is of some of the protocols. One is Aloha. Second one is CSMA, carrier sense multiple access. Third protocol is carrier sense multiple access / collision detected. Collision detected. Next protocol is carrier sense multiple access with collision avoidance. The collision has been detected in that particular station, in that particular channel. You have to detect it first. Once it has been detected, you have to how to avoid that collision, that has to be taken care in collision carrier sense multiple access with collision avoidance. Next protocol is high data link. High data link protocol, that is HDLC. And the last protocol is spanning tree protocol. The last protocol we are going to say is of spanning tree protocol. Got it? These are the random access protocols. Why the name has been given random access protocol is nothing but any station can access the particular channel. The channel is same. The medium is same for all the stations. The medium is nothing but we are going to sense, we are going to carry the particular signal or carry the particular channel. That is what we are going to use this particular channel at a random access protocol. What is random access protocols? The different stations are going to access the particular station or a particular channel, that is called as a random access protocol. In this random access protocol, we are going to have this many types of protocols. One is Aloha. Second is carrier sense multiple access. Carrier sense multiple access with collision detected. Carrier sense multiple access with collision avoidance. High data link protocol. Next is spanning tree protocol. We'll see one by one what is the meaning of Aloha. This is what Aloha random access protocol. This Aloha random access protocol is nothing but what any stations can access the channel at any time. Any station can transmit the data at any time. There is one channel has been present. I will tell you the answer. I will tell the example is that there is only one medium. To that medium, there will be a number of computers has been present. There will be a number of stations are connected. You can take an example of bus topology. Bus topology is nothing but the computers of left side and the computers of right hand side, top and the bottom. Okay, there is a in between, there will be a medium. We can consider that there are 4 number of stations or 6 number of stations has been present, that is from station 1 to station 6. 3 stations are present connected at the top of this medium, and remaining 3 stations are connected at the bottom of the medium, bottom of that particular channel. Channel is same. The channel is same for all the stations. At any station, it don't all the 6 stations don't know whether the channel is idle or busy. Whether the channel is idle or busy. Idle is nothing but free or not. At any instant of time, any station can send the data without knowing anything. That is what the process of random access protocol. They have started randomly accessing the protocol, but in Aloha, that is operated on wireless LAN, wireless local area network. It is going to shade with the medium of transmit the data, and whatever the data is there, that has to be transmitted through the network simultaneously when the data frame is available for the transmission. What are the rules of Aloha? Very, very important. The rules of Aloha is any station. I told you that I have given an example that there are 6 number of stations. All the 6 number of stations can transmit data at any time. All the 6 number of stations can transmit the data at any time. So any station can transmit data to a channel at any time. It doesn't know. It doesn't know whether the channel is free or idle, that is free or busy. Just it is transmitting the data. To take care of this, it does not require any carrier sensing. Whether the station 1 is carrying the particular data, whether station 2 is carrying the particular data, 3 is carrying, 4 is carrying, 5 is carrying, and 6 is carrying. If all the stations are going to send at a time, there will be a colliders. Frame will get lost. The frame will get lost in that particular medium. So to carry out this, to control this, to take care of this, of collision avoidance in the particular medium, you have to take care that this Aloha has to be divided into the 2 types of Alohas. One is pure Aloha, second one is slotted Aloha. Means what? To avoid the collisions in the particular medium, in the particular channel, which is sending by the multiple number of stations. So see, if there are 6 number of stations, only station 1 is sending the data. Remaining stations are kept quiet. Once the frame has been moved from station 1 that has been received at the destination to the receiver, till the receiver has been sent to the acknowledgement to the particular station 1, remaining has to keep quiet. That has to be taken care. In this, no collision has been detected in between. If station 1 is started sending the frame, station 3 don't know whether the station 1 is sending or not. If station 3 also started sending, the frame 1 has not reached at the particular receiver, these 2 will get collide in between that particular channel. So you have to control this collision. We are going for the types of Aloha. One is pure Aloha, second one is slotted aloha. What is pure aloha? The meaning of this pure aloha is nothing but whatever the stations are there, whatever the frames are there, we are sending those frames with a very carefully. We came to know in this diagram. See here. In the figure, he has given how this is frames are going to send with the number of stations. See, he has mentioned station 1, station 2, station 3, station 4. You are seeing in the diagram. There are 4 number of stations. There are 4 number of stations over here. These are the computers. We can call this as computers 1, station 1, station 2, station 3, station 4. The time he has mentioned over here is the same instant of time. There will not be any the time difference. There will not be any time difference. Here it is given here collision duration. Collision duration. See here, I will tell you the first example, that is the station 1 is started sending the frame 1, that is 1.1, started sending the frame 1.1, but station 2 is empty over here. Station 3 is not sending any frame. Station 4 is not sending any frame. Is there any collide? Is there any collide happens over here? No. Only station 1 is sending at that particular instant of time. So remaining stations are not sending at any frames. So there should not be any collide will be happen. So in this particular station, there should not be any collidence will be happens in this particular frame. We'll move to the next, that is frame 1.2. Frame 1.2. Already it has started, already it has sent. It is reached over here. Still it is not reached at the destination. That is frame 1.2. Come out here. The station 2 already sent 2.1 at the same time. So here it's this color is going to tell you that already station 2 has started sending the frame. Station 3 also started sending the frame. That frame has been reached at this destination, and station 4 is also sent a particular frame at the same instant of time. So all the stations frame will collide with each other. So collision duration, we can call this one as collision duration. Frame 1.2 is will collide with each other, lost. Frame 2.1 will lost. Frame 3.1 lost. Frame 4.1, that is also lost. Again, there will be collision. Station 2 already sent before, they don't know the timing. That frame has reached at this destination. Frame 2.1. Frame 1 has not reached, 1.2 has not reached over here. So if it is reached at this instant of time, it will get collide. Station 3, already this frame has been reached at nearer to the destination. So there should not be any collision. So station 4 and station 2 will collide with each other. Getting the point? So to control this collidence with the frames, you have to manage the particular time slot. You have to manage the particular frames at which instant of time you have to send, and you have to see we are receiving the particular acknowledgement or not with that particular station. You have to check it everything. So here it is written pure aloha, that is whenever data is available for sending over the channel as stations, we use pure aloha. We can take any of the random access protocol. All the stations are having their frames. They are ready to send the frames. But we have some of the protocols. So they have decided the protocols at this instant of time. At this time period, the station has to send to avoid the collisions. In pure aloha, when each station transmits data to a channel without checking whether the channel is idle or not. The every station has to check a particular channel if it is idle or not. If there is if there is a busy in that particular channel, the chances of collision may occur and the data frame can be lost. Already I told you that this one you are seeing in the diagram, there will be a collision duration has been taken place. There will be a collision duration has been taken place. Again, there will be a collision duration has been taken place. This frame 1.1, there should not be any collision, and frame 3.2, there should not be any collision, because what? At different instant of time, they have sent the particular frame. So when any station transmit the data frame to a channel, the pure ALOA waits for receiver acknowledgement. This is very, very important. Already we have start sending the frames. Once that frame has been received at the particular receiver end, the receiver function, the duty of that receiver has to send the acknowledgement back. If you have not received the acknowledgement from the receiver end, the station has to wait for a particular amount of time, within a specified amount of time, a random amount of time you can call. It can wait for a random amount of time. That is called as a back of time. Piche mud ke dekhna. That is called as a back of time. Still, I have not received the particular frame acknowledgement. So it has to be wait for a random amount of time. In that specific amount of time or the random amount of time, the acknowledgement has been not received from the receiver. The station has came to know that the frame has been lost in between. That has been avoidance. The collision has been taken in between the while transmitting. That has to be retransmit back to the particular receiver end. That has to be retransmit back to the particular receiver end. That has to be known by this ALOA. Got it? That is what called as a pure ALOA. Second type of ALOA we called as a slotted ALOA. What is the meaning of slotted ALOA? What is the meaning of slotted? Slots has been done. We have seen in time division multiple access. What we have seen in time division multiple access? The particular time slots has been assigned to the particular user. Same thing we are going to following over here. Particular time slot has been assigned to the particular frames or particular stations. You are seeing our diagram over here. The same sessions we are considering, that is station 1 to station 4. The number of time slots has been given, that is from slot 1 to slot 6. Slot 1 to slot 6. With a particular instant of time, we are going to divide that particular time into number of slots. That is 1 to 6. You are seeing in this, again there will be a collision has been happened. How this has been happened? At some instant of time, the station don't know whether the channel is idle or not. The station don't know whether the channel is idle or not. If it is continuously sensing that particular channel, the station came to know the channel is idle. If the station is randomly checking that channel is idle or not, so at that time, this collision is going to happen. Going to happen. See, station 1 already sent the frame 1.2 at the previous stage, and at the same time station 4 also sent that particular frame, that is 4.1. At a particular instant of that particular slot, it goes collision has been happened. So in this slot 1, only frame 1.1 is sending. Only frame 1.1 is sending. Station 2 is not sending any frames. Station 3 is also not sending any frame. Station 4 is also not sending any frame. In this second slot, station 2 is sending and station 3 is also sending. So at this stage, these two frames will collide with each other and the data may lost. Data may lost. And station 1 again at the slot 3, the time number 3, 1.2 and 4.1 will collide with each other, and remaining time slots are idle. The particular time slot has been assigned to the particular frames, that is frame 2.2, frame 4.2, frame 3.2. So individual time slot has been assigned at that particular time slot itself. That frame has been, that station has sent the frame. So this is what, at this we are using, going for a slotted aloha, we can get a less collision. We can get a less collision of collision duration has been happened. You will get a maximum efficiency. Okay. So we are moving from pure aloha to slotted aloha. Only the advantage of this pure aloha to slotted aloha is nothing but what? We are get the efficiency more as compared to the pure aloha. In pure aloha, there is a high possibility of frame hitting. In slotted aloha, the shared channel is divided into fixed time interval of slots. The frame shared channel is divided into fixed time interval called, that is, slots. So that if a station wants to send a frame to a shared channel, the frame can only be sent at the beginning of the slot. As we have seen, only at the beginning of the slot we have to send. If the station sees, don't know whether the channel is idle or not, at that time these two frames will get collide. So send the frame shared only sent beginning of the slot. Only one frame is allowed to be sent to each slot. As I already mentioned, at individual time slot, only one frame has to be sent. If stations are unable to send data to the beginning of the slot, the station will have to wait until the beginning of slot for a next time slot. It has to, every station has to wait. Yes, every station has to wait for a particular time slot. If that time slot has comes for a particular frame, immediately station can send. There may be delay happens. There may be delay happens for sending the particular frame. There may be delay happens to receive at the particular receiver at the particular time. That is to be taken care by this slotted aloha. The possibility of collision remains when trying to send a frame at the beginning of two or more station time slot. So whatever the time slot has been assigned to the particular station, at that instant only you have to send the particular frames. So this is what the first protocol we have seen, that is aloha, that is random access protocol. The second protocol we are going to see is carrier sense multiple access. Very, very important. Carrier sense multiple access is nothing but what? There is only one medium is over here. There is only one medium. There is only a single channel has been present over there. Carrier is going to sense at a multiple number of times whether the channel is idle or not. If the channel is idle, we can send it immediately. If the channel is busy, you have to wait for a particular time interval. You have to wait for a particular time interval. That is what carrier has been sensing. The station has been sensing to send or not to send. Multiple access. You are using multiple accesses. So if the channel is idle, we can send it. If the channel is busy, we can wait for a particular amount of time. So it is a carrier sense multiple access based on a medium access protocol to send the traffic on the channel. Traffic is nothing but what? Already station 1, 2, and 3 are already sent the particular frames. They are in the medium. They are still moving. They are not received at the particular receiver. They are not received at the particular destination. So till those frames has been received at the particular destination, we call that one as a traffic. We call that one as a traffic. The channel is in traffic mode. So you have to wait for some time to send a particular frame. before transmitting any of the data, before transmitting any of the frames. It means that if the channel is idle, the station can send the data to the channel. Otherwise, it must wait. The name used is, it must wait until the channel becomes idle. If whether the station has sent immediately, whatever the frame is there, that may be lost. It takes again burden for that station to retransmit it back. So that station will become little bit clever to wait for some amount of time that till that channel will become idle, and it reduces the chances of collision on the transmission medium. It reduces the chances of collision, so that we are using carrier sense multiple access. In this carrier sense multiple access, we are using some of the access modes. Access modes are nothing but first one is one persistence, second one is non-persistence, third is P persistent, and fourth one is O persistent. There are four types of persistence. One is one persistent, non-persistent, and P persistent. See the diagram over here. In the diagram itself, I will explain you that. See here, this is the channel. This is the channel. This is the black line. This is a channel. From this to this, it is busy. From here to here, the channel is busy. The meaning of one persistent is that, all the stations, whether they have to send any of the frame, they are continuously sensed in a fraction of seconds. Every fraction of seconds, all the stations are going to sense the particular channel. Getting the point? This green line, this green stands for the channel is busy. The channel is busy. Continuously, all the stations are continuously sensing. All the stations are continuously sending in every fraction of seconds. Sense and transmit, sense and transmit. That is what the function of one persistent. Continuously sensing is nothing but that is one persistent. If it is clear, whether the channel is clear, if there is no busy, if it is idle, immediately the frame has been sent. That is one persistent. Continuously sensing, that is called as one persistent. Next, move to the non-persistent. Non-persistent is nothing but, here we are sensing all the stations are sensing continuously, but here the stations are not sensing continuously. The stations are sensing the channel in a random amount of time. I will give the example that I put the link yesterday itself for vaccination details. Some students are there, they are continuously checking the WhatsApp. After 5 minutes, 10 minutes. That is what one persistent. Those students will come under one persistent, continuously checking the WhatsApp. Some are checking their WhatsApp at half an hour, 1 hour. That is some amount of time it takes. What it happens? This time is going to lost. It is the waiting is that okay, till the channel is busy. Okay. After this, sense and sense. See here, there will be a gap. So this time slot, this channel, we can send many number of frames, but it is not sensing continuously. It is sensing in a random amount of time. So this time slot we have lost. This type of channel we have lost. In this time slot, we can send many number of frames. So this is what going to happen in non-persistent. It is not going to check continuously. At a random amount of time, it is going to sense. So, okay, busy, still it is busy. Okay, channel is busy. Okay, channel is busy. After some amount of time, It came to know that it is already idle for a longer period. It is already idle for a longer period. That is non-persistence. What is P persistent? P persistent is a combination of both one persistent plus non-persistent. One persistent plus non-persistent means what? In this P persistent, we are going to allocate a time slot. P persistence, we are going to allocate a time slot. Continuously sensing, still the channel is busy. Okay, but here the channel is idle, the channel is not at all busy, but stations are allocated to the individual time slot. The time will not come, we can't send the particular frame. Once the time comes, we can send immediately those to that particular frame. Probability does not allow. Probability does not allow time slot outcome transmission, and this is a time slot. So P persistent is nothing but what? At this time slot itself, the station 1 has to send a particular frame. At station 2, this time slot. Station 3, this time slot. It is continuously sensing. It is continuously sensing, but the stations are allocated to the individual time slot. Stations are allocated to the individual time slot. That is the meaning of P persistent. P persistence. And these three are very, very important for carrier sense multiple access. In carrier sense multiple access, they are divided into one persistent, non-persistent, and P persistent. And O persistent is nothing but what? Superiority of the station before the transmission of a frame on a said channel. If it is found that the channel is inactive, each station waits for a turn to retransmit the data. Retransmit the data is nothing but what? Whatever the frame has been lost at the time of collision. So this O persistence will be in an active mode, that whatever the frame has been lost in between that, so you have to retransmit those frames. That is comes under O persistent. That comes under O persistent. So this is the two protocols we have seen today. That is, one is Aloha, that is a random access protocol. Very, very important. In this random access, Aloha is divided into two types. One is pure Aloha, second one is slotted Aloha. And second one we have seen is carrier sense multiple access. The carrier sense multiple access has been divided into the four types. One is a persistent, one persistent, non-persistent, P persistent, and the O persistent. Okay, I think you understood. We'll stop here.